The circle they chose over you is now turning on them. There comes a point in every chosen one's journey where betrayal becomes the unexpected turning point. The dagger didn't come from an enemy. It came from someone who sat at your table, who heard your dreams, who witnessed your heart in its purest form. You weren't perfect, but you were genuine. You gave what they couldn't find in fake circles: loyalty, love, spiritual covering, and realness. But then, they betrayed you. And worse, they ran into the arms of the very kind of people you always protected them from. This is that story. And if it resonates, type "Source don't play about me" in the comments. Part 1. The warning they ignored. They were once close. You had their back in seasons where no one else even saw their value. You prayed for them when they were too weak to pray for themselves. You spoke life into them when they were drowning in doubt. You were that quiet, consistent presence, sometimes unappreciated but always impactful. But along the way, whispers started. The fake ones, those who smile in faces but move like shadows in the dark, started planting seeds. They told your friend or lover you've outgrown them. They told them you don't need them anymore. They stroked their ego, made them feel like they were entering a new, better circle. And despite the countless spiritual nudges they felt, the subtle discomfort in their gut, they ignored the signs. You saw it. You warned them. Not out of jealousy, but out of genuine love. You could discern what they couldn't. You felt the vibration of deception in that circle, but they interpreted your warnings as negativity. And one day the betrayal came, not with fireworks, but with silence. A sudden switch-up. They stopped calling, stopped checking in. You became the outsider in a story you helped build. Part 2. Betrayal cuts deep. Let's be honest, when they betrayed you, it hurt. You questioned yourself. You replayed every conversation, every moment, wondering what you did wrong. You felt that sting in your chest that only betrayal can bring. But what they didn't realize is that when a chosen one is betrayed, they're not just betraying a person, they're betraying divine alignment. You were strategically placed in their life for a reason. You were a covering, a blessing, a shield. But they wanted popularity over purpose. They chose attention over authenticity. They ran toward glitter, forgetting that not everything that glitters is gold. Some of it is just well-polished deception. Part 3. The illusion of the circle. In the beginning it looked good. Oh, they thought they leveled up. That new circle was loud, exciting, filled with laughter, parties, opportunities, and flattery. They were constantly praised, constantly celebrated. It looked like elevation, but it was actually a spiritual setup. See, fake circles are skilled at mirroring real energy long enough to gain trust. They observed how you moved. They studied the love you gave. Then they mimicked it, just enough to pull your lover or friend in deeper. But underneath the surface, that circle was built on competition, jealousy, manipulation, and deceit. Everyone in that space had their own hidden agenda. It was a circle where loyalty is conditional and trust is transactional. They thought they found a new family, but really they walked into a well-decorated trap. Part 4. The shift begins. Then slowly the cracks began to show. The same person they betrayed you for started doing to them what they once did to you. At first, it was small things. A little side comment here, a subtle exclusion there. Then it grew. Plans were made without them. Their name was thrown around when they weren't in the room. Secrets they shared in confidence became public whispers. That same fake smile they once used on you was now being used on them. And it hit them hard. The realization that the person and circle they idolized was just playing a game they were never truly part of, just a temporary pawn in. Part 5. Karma's Classroom. Source has a way of teaching lessons that words cannot. You didn't have to expose them. You didn't have to clap back. You didn't have to seek revenge. All you did was step back and let Source handle what your heart couldn't. And Source did. The betrayal they gave returned. The deception they aligned with turned on them. The fake loyalty they chose revealed its true face. This is not about gloating. It's about spiritual law. What you align yourself with will eventually manifest in your life. If you align with deception, deception will visit your doorstep. They sat in rooms where your name was disrespected, thinking they were winning. Now they sit in those same rooms, realizing their name is the new topic of betrayal. Part 6. Your silence was louder than words. You didn't need to broadcast what happened. You didn't need to warn the world. Your silence, your growth, your glow-up spoke louder than any confrontation ever could. While they were busy performing in a fake circle, you were evolving in private. And now they're watching, not with arrogance anymore, but with regret. They remember how solid you were. They remember how you moved without ego. They remember how you stood in storms with loyalty and grace. Now they wish they had listened. Now they wish they had discerned like you did. Part 7. Lessons in Divine Justice. This moment isn't just about them getting what they gave. It's about Source showing you that you were never crazy, never overreacting, never doing too much. You were ahead of your time. You saw through masks before others could. You felt the energy shifts before anyone else noticed, and for that, you were isolated, not punished. Source will often let people walk away into deception so that they can see for themselves what you are trying to protect them from. It's not cruelty, it's divine strategy. Part 8, The Return. Don't be surprised when they circle back. When the betrayal they served starts to taste bitter in their own mouth, they'll remember the sweetness of your loyalty. When the fake circle turns on them, they'll look for the authentic one they abandoned. They may not come back the same way they left. Sometimes it's through a quiet message, a random, "Hey, how you been?" or sometimes through silence, but their spirit remembers. It's not your job to seek revenge. It's your job to stay aligned. Source already handled the justice part. Part 9. Your elevation was never dependent on them. Here's the truth. They didn't displace you. They released you. Their betrayal pushed you into a season of greater clarity, stronger discernment, and higher elevation. What felt like abandonment was actually divine redirection. While they were tangled in deception, you were being prepared for bigger rooms where your name is honored, not used, circles where loyalty is not conditional, connections that are soul-aligned, not ego-driven. Part 10. Encourage, don't harden. This story is a reminder, not a reason to become bitter. Bitterness blocks blessings. Betrayal refines discernment. As painful as it was, their choice became your catalyst. It taught you the difference between those who clap for you publicly but plot privately, and those who pray for you silently but powerfully. The same way Source exposed their betrayal, Source will also bring you genuine souls, those who won't fumble your loyalty, those who carry the same spiritual frequency you do. Part 11. Divine Justice is precise. One thing about Source. Source doesn't play about the chosen. When you carry pure energy, your presence is more than physical. It's spiritual covering. When people betray that, they're not just betraying you, they're betraying divine protection. And Source takes that personally. This is why you don't have to announce anything. Source has already written the next chapters. Their betrayal was the plot twist, but your comeback is the story. If this message resonated with you, let it be known in the comments. Type "Source, don't play about me." Your story isn't over. This was just one chapter where betrayal became exposure. Keep walking in your purpose. Keep standing in truth. Don't chase validation. Your elevation is already happening. If you believe more people need to hear this message, like, share, and subscribe. When you do, you help push this message into the algorithm so that others, those who are healing from betrayal right now, can find hope, clarity, and strength. And if this message touched your heart, and you want to support the growth of this channel so we can keep delivering these messages to the world, consider contributing through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Every contribution goes directly into producing more empowering content for our global soul tribe. Final words. Remember, betrayal is temporary, but divine justice is permanent. They thought they were upgrading when they left. But what they didn't know is that they walked away from gold into glitter. And now, that glitter is fading, revealing the deception beneath. You kept your integrity, and that's why your story is about to shine brighter than ever.